I got to watch Jason meet the royal family.
It was.
Yeah, I knew you were serious when I was like, Jason, do you want to go meet?
He was like, what do I do with my beer?
Yeah, I watched him have this moment with his beer where he's just like...
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement has flipped pop culture on its head, and the headlines just keep stacking up. First up, Netflix reportedly wants the couple as their next royal-level stars, maybe even outshining Meghan and Harry. And then, could the actual royal family attend their wedding? Yep, the signs are there. Meanwhile, Travis isn't just scoring touchdowns, he's in talks with Curb Your Enthusiasm producers for a comedy project. But despite all the hype, sources insist Taylor and Travis aren't wedding planning yet. Still, fans can't get enough of her massive engagement ring and her ultra-rare Cartier watch. And of course, the burning question, what could this wedding really look like? Stick around, we've got the details. The internet hasn't calmed down since Taylor and Travis dropped their engagement bombshell last week. I mean, come on. America's sweetheart pop queen and a Super Bowl champ tight end? That's basically prom queen and quarterback energy, but in 4K resolution with better hair products. And now, word on the street is that Netflix wants in. Big time. Sources are whispering that the streamer is dangling a fat budget in front of them, hoping to turn their wedding into the royal event of 2025. Forget Meghan and Harry, looks like the crown is about to get passed to Taylor and Travis. Apparently Netflix isn't just thinking wedding special, they're gunning for a full-blown documentary. Insiders say the big selling point would be exclusive access to the ceremony. Translation? Every Swiftie on the planet could ugly cry at the same time while watching Taylor say I do. And honestly, Netflix probably sees dollar signs just imagining the replay button getting worn out. This isn't totally out of left field either. Taylor's already danced with Netflix before. Remember Miss Americana back in 2020? And then that Eras Tour doc that casually pulled in more than $260 million? Yeah, she basically prints money. Travis isn't exactly camera shy either. He popped up in Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler and has been sniffing around Hollywood during his off-season. Some folks even say he's eyeing a comedy series that's been pitched as Curb Your Enthusiasm but make it football. Of course, the Meghan and Harry Netflix deal is still fresh in everyone's memory, and let's just say it didn't exactly age like fine wine. Compared to that, Taylor and Travis are coming in hot, with the kind of PR sparkle Netflix would sell its soul for. Insiders joke that the couple's engagement announcement alone, Travis down on one knee in a rose-filled garden, already had more replay value than half the streamer's catalog. And speaking of replay value, here's a twist. There's actual buzz about whether the royal family might pop up at Taylor and Travis's wedding. Imagine the House of Windsor trading tiaras for friendship bracelets. Sounds wild, but the signs are stacking up. For starters, the royals are Swifties. Prince William once belted out a tune with Taylor and John Bon Jovi back in the day, which still haunts him in interviews. He basically admitted he turned into a golden retriever the moment Taylor locked eyes and dragged him on stage. And then there's Princess Charlotte, who already has serious fangirl credentials. Last summer, she and her brothers got VIP treatment at the Eras Tour, and apparently Charlotte stole the show by peppering Travis and Jason Kelce with questions like she was running her own royal press conference. Jason even called meeting her the ultimate highlight, which is saying something considering he's been to the Super Bowl. Even King Charles has hopped on the bandwagon, dropping Taylor lyrics into Instagram captions like he's testing his Swiftie knowledge. Royal insiders joke he's basically King of London boy now. And honestly, if the monarch is quoting Taylor in official posts, don't be shocked if he hums along during the first dance. Now, before you picture Princess Charlotte catching the bouquet or George giving a best man speech, let's be real. The kids probably won't snag invites, but Will and Kate? Totally possible. They already double-tapped Tay and Trav's engagement announcement on Instagram, which in today's world basically counts as RSVPing yes. And while the royals are busy polishing tiaras for a potential invite, Travis seems to be polishing his acting chops, because apparently football, podcasts, and dating Taylor Swift just weren't keeping him busy enough. He's in talks with the brains behind Curb Your Enthusiasm about launching a series where he would, wait for it, play himself. That's right. Travis might soon be tackling awkward comedy the same way he tackles linebackers, head-on and probably with a few laughs. Insiders spill that the idea floating around is basically Curb but with Kelce, which sounds like the kind of chaotic energy TV didn't know it needed. Picture this: Travis navigating Hollywood parties, accidentally stiffing Larry David at valet, then oversharing about protein shakes on camera. Comedy gold. And this isn't the first time dabbling in showbiz. The man's quietly been stacking up IMDb credits like he's collecting touchdown passes. He hosted Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity last year, popped up as a waiter in Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2 this summer, and even snuck into Ryan Murphy's grotesquerie like some 6'5" Easter egg.
Like this, man. Watching my six all day, every day.
I just wanted to help. I offer bread.
You mess around, you find out. You're fired.
His resume is now equal parts ESPN and E! News. Of course, having Taylor as your hype woman doesn't hurt. When Happy Gilmore 2 dropped, she blasted it to her 281 million followers, calling it a 13 out of 10 must-watch. Translation? Netflix's servers probably needed an ice bath after Swifties logged in en masse just to see Kelce carry a tray. And while Hollywood might be buzzing about his next sitcom move, Tay and Trav themselves? They're in zero rush to swap Pinterest boards and cake tastings. Word from the inside is they're firmly parked in celebration mode, which is basically code for champagne toasts, cozy dinners, and a whole lot of smug grinning at each other. Wedding planning? Please. They're not even glancing at venues yet. Apparently the two are just loving the freedom of finally being able to go public without dodging questions or hiding ring fingers. After 2 years of cat and mouse with the press, they can actually stroll into restaurants holding hands without feeling like fugitives. Their Instagram drop on August 26th broke the internet anyway, so really, what's the rush? Both families are reportedly over the moon. Sources say there were tears, toasts, and probably a few Kelce brothers bear hugs that nearly cracked ribs. Travis's dad couldn't help spilling a little behind-the-scenes tea on how the setup went down.
You know, the perfect way to ask her and to make it special. And we kept trying to tell him, when you do it, that's what makes it special. So don't fret on where, or just get it done. It was a couple weeks ago that Travis got it done after a few weeks of prodding from myself and from Scott Swift.
While his mom is turned into the unofficial curator of the engagement archives. She's apparently saving everything from petals to Polaroids, like she's building the Smithsonian of Swift-Kelce love. But let's be real, the internet wasn't just freaking out over the ring. Swifties and fashion hawks immediately zoomed in on her wrist like it was the Zapruder film. And what did they spot? A Cartier Santos Demoiselle that basically whispered, "Yeah, I'm rare, discontinued, and probably worth more than your car." The ring might have been the main event, with its old mine brilliant cut diamond and Art Deco band sparkling like it's auditioning for its own Netflix close-up, but that watch? That was the sneaky supporting actor stealing scenes without even trying. It's like when you go to a wedding for the vows, but end up talking about the shrimp cocktail for weeks. Quiet, classy, unforgettable. Insiders say Taylor's choice wasn't random either. The Demoiselle isn't your run-of-the-mill Cartier. It's a flex piece for people who don't need to flex. This model first dropped in the early 2000s as a sleeker twist on the classic Santos, but then Cartier pulled it off the shelves, leaving only a handful floating around in the wild. Translation: it's the kind of accessory that makes collectors sweat and resellers foam at the mouth. And the backstory? Louis Cartier originally made the Santos in 1904 for his buddy Alberto Santos Dumont, an aviator who needed a watch that wouldn't slide around mid-flight. The Demoiselle edition took its name from Dumont's ultralight airplane, so basically, Taylor's wrist is rocking aviation history while everyone else is scrambling to find dupes on Etsy. Here's the genius: the Demoiselle doesn't scream. It doesn't compete with diamonds the size of a planet. It just sits there all elegant, like the friend who shows up to brunch in a cashmere sweater while everyone else overdresses. Blink and you'll miss it, but if you do notice, game over. And speaking of games, everyone's already trying to predict what the Super Bowl of weddings is going to look like when Tay and Trav finally say I do. Forget royal weddings with carriages and stiff waves. This one's shaping up to be half fairy tale, half halftime show, and about 3 times the chaos. Fans are dissecting the proposal flowers like they're cracking Da Vinci codes, so you just know the actual planning stage is going to be next-level surveillance. Swifties basically double as the FBI, and if Taylor tries to sneak in a secret caterer, someone will zoom in on a blurry Instagram story and have the menu leaked by breakfast. Now the planning? Yeah, it's about to be harder than scoring another Grammy and a Lombardi trophy in the same weekend. Insiders are already whispering that Taylor will sprinkle in her trademark Easter eggs, not the chocolate kind, but the breadcrumb clues that keep fans spiraling. Expect coded invites, cryptic playlists, and maybe even a random clue hidden in the seating chart. Classic Swift chaos. And while some folks think she'll hand the reins to some celeb planner, others are saying nope, Taylor's steering this ship herself. She's picky, she's intentional, and if you think she's going to let some stranger pick her centerpieces, you clearly haven't been paying attention. Of course, every wedding this high profile comes with a Fort Knox-level NDA situation. It'll be aliases, code words, and maybe even burner phones for vendors. This is the same woman who once had extras dance to silent click tracks just to stop leaks. So yeah, confidentiality will be the MVP. Then there's the dress, or dresses plural because let's be real, Taylor's not a one-look bride. The bets are on something dramatic and romantic for the ceremony, followed by a quick change into something slinky or sparkly that says, "Surprise, it's an after-party." She's pulled off couture from London to Milan, and insiders say it'll be less about nationality and more about narrative. Basically, her gown will be a ballad in silk. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.